I mean, the other reason there's a decline in the comic industry is because they're getting a bit too political in the
Oh,
comics.
really?
Well, they've always been a bit political.
I mean, like,
Depends on which comics you're talking about.
I mean,
Marvel and
like
stuff.
I mean, mostly Marvel and DC, where like I forgot what it was called, but it was like the Marvel comic with like Safe Space and Snow and
Oh,
Flake
that
or
one.
whatever.
Yeah. Well,
Like,
that's like a whole nother thing.
yeah, but it's things like that. It's like the Batman reboot, where the Batman comic reboot, where they're like, we need to make him a smart Asian because he can't be a smart white guy. We have to make him a smart Asian for
Why does
no
it
other
matter?
reason. No, because like it's this problem where they're trying to virtue signal because they're like, look at this diversity, but instead of the comic creators making a new, cool, interesting Asian character, they're like, oh yeah, we care about Asians and diversity, so we'll make you Asian Batman. Like literally call you Batman Bruce Wayne and make you Asian
Oh,
instead of making a cool new character that is Asian. They want a token virtual signaling, like with the one of the newer things where they're like Black Gandalf. It's like I mean, it's not that I'm saying you can't have a black actor as Gandalf, but you don't need to say, oh, we're having a diverse
there's
cast here by casting a black Gandalf,
one
right?
of my new favorite bands, Cage the Elephant,
Black Gandalf? Oh, okay.
did a song called Black Madonna, which is pretty much just like stop trying to be the thing, like the new version of something else. Just try and make
Yeah,
a new thing,
exactly.
make
And
your
it's
own
like,
thing, and be like, this is my thing. Hope you like it.
and it's like the industries will be like, yeah, this is what the community wants, and the community is like, no, we
Yeah,
want our own thing, you know?
exactly. Just
It's
make a
like,
new thing and make it good. That's all we want.
like
Yeah.
they did back in the day when they would make a new character that
So
was
the problem
cool.
isn't that it's the problem that they're converting what they already have. Is that what you're saying?
Well, it's like it's also doing it's like, sure, sometimes it's like, oh, it's an alternate universe where Batman's like a different race or whatever. But it's like
I don't.
it's
I
when
don't
they
really see the
try
problem
to
with that.
but it's when they no, but like it's like for these ones they're like, yeah, we love cuz one of the what was the newer one? It was for Captain America. They were like, man, our Filipino community is like such a, a good community, and they're praising the Filipinos. So like we're gonna make a female Filipino Captain America to show how strong and proud Filipinos are. And all the Filipinos were like, what the fuck is this? This is not no. And it's just it's just the what's the word I'm looking for? I mean,
Pandering.
yeah, it's trying to pander to communities and virtue signal when they clearly don't actually need it. Like the joke of what
Okay.
companies do during Pride Month, right? They're
Oh
like,
yeah,
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 we
yeah.
care, and then they don't really care. They just want to pander to you to make you
Exactly.
think they do.
I just found a giant flower field.
And then it's like when they do a whole bunch of things like that, normal people go, I don't want this
Oh,
product. I'm not
nice.
buying this product. And then they go, why are people buying anime and manga? Why do you like this? This shit's trash. Why do you like this? And they get
Yeah,
clowned
you
on
should just
Twitter,
never
and
do that.
they get ratioed, and then it's funny.
If you want to make it as like a creator or like creating something, you shouldn't try and tear down other people and say like this stuff sucks, our stuff's good, because it's just gonna make people resent
Yeah,
you.
instead you should just do like, similar to what like mangakas do for different anime and manga. They're like constantly like congratulating each other, and like they'll do like crossover things or like events when like the other manga hits a milestone or something. They're like, oh, here's like a commemorative art piece of like your character and my style or whatever. And it's like you look
Oh,
at that,
that's
and
awesome.
then you look at the comic industry, and it's like, holy shit.
I think I've seen that actually a bit for like some of the Jojo characters drawn by
Yeah,
different
it's
manga
like
creators, so.
what the fuck's going on in this comic industry, man? It's like so
I don't know.
cutthroat.
I don't read comics or manga. Technically.
Hello? You read JoJo's. You can't fool me. You
I
read the
mean,
mangoes.
yeah, but okay. Let me put it this way: I've read all of Scott Pilgrim. Right? Does that mean I'm into comic books now?
Mm.
Yes.
No.
I've read all of Jojo. Does that mean I'm into manga now?
Yes.
Keeping in mind, I haven't read anything else.
I'm saying these to push my agenda, so the answer is yes.
Okay.
I need to make up for the emeralds I just spent.
You know, after I finish Arkham City, I'm also probably just gonna play Arkham Knight afterwards.
Fair enough.
I'm just saying that, like, Elden Ring is on my list, but I don't know. I just don't feel like playing it right now. I don't know.
No one's making you.
No.
No, I am.
You are?
Getting the fucking Steam bolts. 12 gauge again.
Well,
Get back into the Steam store. The other thing over the course of this month is just pogging over One Piece. The manga's been really good.
Oh yeah, I said that I might do get into one.
Past few chapters have been like some pretty big shit happening, and can't wait to see where Oda goes with this. I have faith that it'll be good. Setting up some bricks, and I'm seeing them fall.
Well, apparently he's a good ass writer.
Yep.
Everyone says.
I might make a...
I did not end up watching any of it because you kind of turned me off of the Netflix version because you used to be like, it's got nothing in it, and I'm like, oh damn, you're right. And then I was like, who's got the time? And then I didn't in the end.
Yep.
I might still. We'll see. But probably not.
But that's why I just became a manga reader, and it's obviously easier to read a chapter than it is to watch an episode. Because pacing and shit, you read at your own pace, and then if you think you miss a detail, or if you think there was some like really cool stuff, you go like you end up rereading the chapter maybe once or twice, and you go, "Oh, I didn't even notice that in the background," or like, "Oh, they were saying this, like this person was saying that, not this person." And you're like, "Oh, this is sick." And it's like, it's pretty something like there are
Maybe I
some
would
benefits
read
to
more.
reading the manga over watching the anime.
Actually,
And-
no.
What?
I was about to say, like, I was gonna say that, you know, like, maybe I'd read the manga more often if if my tablet wasn't fucking on life support right now and I could actually bring it places. But I don't know. I was gonna say I don't read anything anyway, but then I realized actually no. I don't read anything, but I do listen to audiobooks. Been listening to the Terry Pratchett books.
Well, unfortunately, I don't think Viz Media.
Anybody here a Discworld fan? Hello?
I don't think Viz Media is making audiobooks for One Piece, so I don't think that's going.
All I know of Terry Pratchett stuff is the freaking movie.
More than one.
The Hogfather.
Hogfather. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, have you seen Good Omens? Terry Pratchett and Neil Gaiman.
Don't know. I have heard of it, but I don't.
Yeah, it has David Tennant as one of the main characters, and he plays he's very good in it.
Okay.
David.
I don't think I've seen it, but I've heard of it.
I've watched it like 3 times.
Okay.
It's only got 6 episodes because, you know, it's one of those British things where it's like the entire series is 6 episodes long.
I'm almost finished watching How I Met Your Mother again. Just like
see, I was
smashing
actually
through
not.
it.
No. I was literally about to say, like, see, I don't know if I could do that. Watch a giant show like that I've already seen before, and then think, actually, no, I do that with The Simpsons. So, whatever. You do you, fam.
Nervously looks away after having rewatched several long-running shows several times.
Yeah. Because you get to the end and then you're like, I want to go back to the start because there was some good stuff there.
Well,
here's the thing.
I
and
don't
this
do it
happens to me
immediately.
sometimes.
Now that's a bit. That's a
Right,
bit.
that's what I did the first time, and then I got up to the end again, and then I was like, yeah, I'm done, and then I stopped for like a few months, and then I came back.
I found, just real quick, I found one of those fucked up Nether portals, by the way. It's got a gold block and a chest with some gold shit in it. Is there anything else I should care about?
No,
really?
I don't
Anything
think so. I think
special?
it's usually one chest near the ruined portal.
If it's not something if it's something you can't replicate, then grab it. But like, if it's stuff we can find again easily, then
I mean, there's crying obsidian, but you don't really need that for anything.
it's just cool to have, so I'd get it. Like,
is
how
this the
often do you
problem?
get it? Oh, you
It's
can
not
buy it
finding
from
it
villages,
first.
can't you? You can buy crying
Maybe.
obsidian.
I'll get it anyway. It's only a bit.
It's not gonna work. It's much light from the lava, and you dig down.
You need to Crush all
Too much
life,
life in
right?
this fucking thing's eyes. Yeah.
I might need to dig that.
But yeah, I don't know. I think there's something about, just being able to watch a piece of content that you know is good and you know you like, and just being able to relax like fully and just be like, I just want to watch this because I know I'm going to enjoy it.
Oh no, absolutely. All I'm
This
saying
is why
is
I
usually
watch The
it'll
Simpsons.
be like
Mabini
years.
watches How I Met Your Mother.
Well, I'll tell you what.
it'll be like a few
That's
years.
not a
and
good
I'll go, you know
example.
what? I'm feeling a little nostalgic. Let's fucking do it. We're gonna rewatch Naruto. That's what we're doing today.
Yeah, because
Or
you know
binge.
it's good and
Yeah.
you like it.
It's like I know I like it, and I'm just gonna, especially in times like this, where there's no fucking new anime that I like coming out to watch.
I love Supercars so much. I've always got like an anecdote from Supercars that relates to whatever someone else is talking about. Like you guys were talking about
Right.
hype of video games, and like I know about all that, but I was thinking in Supercars, you get excited about the new season, and you go, "Oh, this person's gonna win. That's gonna happen. It's gonna be amazing." And then reality sets in. The season starts, and it's not what you wanted. And what I've sort of learned is that instead of getting hyped about it, getting caught up in it, maybe just have a good look at what's going on in the first place and try to understand it a bit more.
Yeah.
So, and that's sort of like with video games, like there are key changes that would happen in teams and in companies where somebody comes, somebody goes, they put a new person in, maybe there's a bit of fatigue or something where they just get worn out making the same crap over and over again. Then that sort of stuff will start to set in. They'll do like rush jobs of it or something, or maybe the company has had some sort of change. There's stuff like that you'll be able to look at and go, I'm not going to hedge my bets on this one.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Instead of giving into hype, having a closer look at what's going on.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm always trying to be skeptical of that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what I mean with like Elden Ring. Everyone's super hyped about it, and I'm like, eyebrow raised, Dwayne the Rock Johnson.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, my point of the whole thing was, people can like what they like. I'm not saying that you're a piece of shit if you don't like One Piece.
Yeah.
It's just that when the immediate defense is, there's no way I could ever catch up to that. It's like, it's not actually that much of a commitment when you're not doing it weekly. In fact, actually, it's probably easier to catch up when you're not watching one thing in a week.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, if you're watching one episode a week, yeah, it's going to take you 1,000 weeks to catch up. But if you're watching, like, a couple hours, that's like 10-ish hours a week, or 10-ish episodes a week. Huh? It's not going to actually take that long. As long as you're doing more than 2 a week, you'll eventually catch up.
Well, how long is
2
an
or more a week.
episode?
Usually around 20 minutes.
Okay, yeah, I can do that, because...
The other problem is if, it's actually probably closer around 15, because unfortunately Toei does this haha funny thing with One Piece where they like to add a lot of extra filler to each episode that isn't needed. Like, they'll really draw out an attack when it's just like a simple, small attack. They'll make it stretch really far. And one of the comparisons is there's this site called One Piece, where this group, I think it's a group of people, might just be a single guy, but he'll go through and he'll like scrub out a lot of the filler stuff that's like just padding fluff that isn't like, it's not adding to like the tension or anything. It's just kind of just there to fill up the 20-minute time span, and you'll see like a 5-minute difference. And you're like, oh no, that's not good.
Where they're just putting stuff just to pass time.
Fill out time.
Yeah. Where it'll be like, 2 people, like, they punch each other, and then, like, they'll, like, grab each other's hands, and they'll just push. They'll push against each other for, like, 20 seconds longer than they need to. And then it's like that kind of thing just repeats constantly in the episode. Where it's like, okay, we get it. This emotion has happened. The situation has happened. It's resolved. Why are we still staring at each other? Like kind of like the DBZ effect, where not every fight you have to yell for 3 minutes to charge your power. But in some fights, they're like, we're just gonna pad the episode by having them scream for 5 minutes, and nothing's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Yep.
And like Toei has gotten really bad with that happening after the time skip, and they've actually fixed a lot in the current arc. Yes. But there's still some pacing issues that pop up in the anime, but it's not as bad as like the arc before it. The arc before it was, the arc before it, which was just a nightmare to watch weekly. But it's okay if you watch it in like one go, or like in batches. Because in that arc, one of the important like side characters has a flashback. Right. And they constantly hammer that flashback into you.
Is that because the flashback scene was in an episode before?
Yeah, so like partway through the arc, it'll be like, oh, we're giving you the backstory of this character. Here's her flashback. Yeah. And then like something tangentially related to her will happen, and it'll play the exact same flashback. Nothing new about the flashback, the exact same flashback again. And it happened so many times that it became a community meme of, okay, I guess this is just another episode where this flashback happens.
Nice.
But yeah, it's like, if you're reading it in bunches and you're reading, like, as long as you're reading or watching, even just 2 episodes a week, you will eventually catch up. Sure, it'll take a long time if you're just doing 2 a week.
Yeah,
you'll eventually catch up.
Well, if they're 20 minutes long,
like filler.
They're 20 minutes long. I'd be able to do like 2 or 3 a night.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to just knock in like one of your hours of free time being like 2 or 3 episodes of a show. You can easily catch up. Yeah. That's why I just it's not that I go, yeah, sure, whatever you say, you lying sack of shit, you can't catch up. It's like, I understand that you just don't want to make the commitment, but it's not the fact that the commitment's actually that bad.
Yeah.
Just like, you don't want to make it doesn't seem like that interesting to you. I get it, that's fine. It's people like what they like, and people look at something and they go, I might not like this, so why would I try to get committed if I end up not liking it?
Yeah.
Because they might feel pressured to...
That is a legitimate concern that I have a lot, though, which is that's why I would going back to the watching something that you like, because sometimes you don't want to do that gamble.
Yeah, because I understand that some people do have the mentality of, if I'm going to start something, I want to finish it, right?
I was once convinced by someone to watch Supernatural.
Yeah.
You guys both know that show.
I've heard of it. I've never watched it.
You've talked about it on something.
Oh, have I told this story before?
You can tell it again. I don't know if it was on Minecraft or not.
I'm not going to do what certain YouTubers do. We're like, we've talked about this in some completely unrelated series.
Every time,
I'll just not say it.
So people might not have seen that episode, so
Yeah, exactly.
And you might say it a different way this time as well.
Well, all I was going to say is that so she wanted me to get into Supernatural because she really liked it and wanted to someone to talk about with it. Yeah. Just like you, Frank. And I was like, okay, I'll give it a go. And I go home and I watch half the first season, which is a pretty big commitment.
Yeah.
Just to put it out there, like quite a big time sink. And I come back the next day and she's like, have you gotten up to season 4 yet? I'm like, what? No. And she's like, well, season 4 is when it gets really good. I'm like, you want me to watch 4 seasons before it gets good? And I didn't watch it.
Some shows are like that, where a good chunk of the start... I don't watch it, but I know a lot of people like Gintama. Gintama's like a haha funny show. It's pretty cool. But for some reason, the anime has like 40 episodes of filler to start the show. For some godforsaken reason. So, like, as a technical defense, yes, it technically gets good at around, that whenever that arc finishes, whenever all that filler's gone. And it's like, yes, some people are like, okay, well then I don't watch it. I'm not going to watch it if I have to wait that long till it gets good. And I understand that. And, like, for me, personally, I feel like if you're not really into One Piece...